Hello, and welcome to the Stina Show. Today we are going to have Korrine Emory, who's an X-ray technician and a medical field professional, and I'm having her on to give her perspective on returning to work during the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to see how she's doing and how she's coping with things. And yeah, Korrine's a great person. She has a new baby. And we're going to catch up with her and see how she's doing. On a side note, while I'm waiting for Korrine, hey, welcome. These are heavy times for everybody. I hope everyone's staying safe and checking in with their self-care. Let me see where this lady is. Okay. Welcome, Korrine. Hey!
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What time is it? Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon. I see my sister's on.
Yeah, hey girl, welcome. Oh, hey.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. So how are you? How you doing? What's new?
Nothing. I have the baby in his crib in the other room watching TV because
Oh.
I'm like the best mom in the whole wide world. Because we had a rough night last night. He was up for like a few hours and woke up my fiance too. So he's been up since like 5 a.m. So now he's napping. So I have him in the room with him while he's napping.
The two kids are napping.
Well, mine is just jumping around and watching the TV. So,
He's so cute.
yeah.
How old is he now?
He will be a year old.
In
I
June,
don't,
you said.
yeah. Mhm.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
What?
Unfortunately, we can't have the big party that we wanted, but
Right.
we'll we'll do something special for him. So.
You just made me realize I don't even have my headphones. Let me put them
Oh.
on. Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Mo. I just
Hello.
saw my friend Monique come on.
Oh, hello, Monique. Welcome. These aren't turning on. But anyway, so why do you call him the Rainbow Baby? I see you call him that.
He is my rainbow because previous to him, I unfortunately suffered 2 miscarriages. So he's the
Oh, wow.
rainbow after the
Sorry.
storm. Yeah, so unfortunately, I went through some struggles and we figured out what was wrong with my body and why I couldn't carry a baby to full term. I had to go on to blood thinners for my pregnancy. I had to inject myself every day.
Oh, my
And then
God.
towards the end, inject myself twice a day to make sure he arrives safely and healthy and full term. And yeah, so unfortunately, it was a very hard time, but like like I said, it's a rainbow after the storm, and he has definitely been the light of our life for
What a
sure.
journey. What a journey.
Yeah, it's been a very trying, long journey, but we made it. So
Yeah, and he's
yeah,
adorable, and he looks like he's
thank
going to
you.
be much taller than you. So.
Yeah, I would. My. I think by 10, he'll be towering over me, and we're already having an issue with shoes. He can't. He keeps growing out of shoes like they're going out of style. So
Oh,
you know,
wow.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
congrats.
yeah,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. He's definitely, especially during what's going on right now, he definitely helps. Having because he he's obviously naive and doesn't know anything that's going on. And I'm kind of jealous that he has absolutely no clue what's going on. He knows mommy's here, he knows daddy's here, and everything's right in the world. He gets to eat every day and go to sleep in his crib every night, and there's nothing wrong with his life.
Right.
So I'm quite jealous that he knows nothing of what's going on in the world. You
It's
know.
good. I mean, I'm happy I don't have kids, but at the same time, it's a positive distraction, and
Mm-hmm.
you can almost live vicariously through them and escape through their imagination.
Exactly. I have to say I wouldn't necessarily want to really be pregnant right now, especially
Right.
with what I do. actually have a friend in the field who is pregnant. So it's a very scary time for her.
Yeah.
Because it's like, of course I'm worried about what I bring home, but I feel like I can control it more with him out of me than in me. Because God forbid I were to get it and then be pregnant, like, you don't know what happens. So
No, there's too many. It's very confusing time right now.
exactly, because you don't even know what's really truly going on with the virus. So, you know,
Well, backtracking to lead up to that.
yes,
Um, I want to just go back to a little bit when you were younger, because that's when
yes.
we first met.
I know we know each other a long time.
A lot, over 20 years at this
Yes.
point. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not saying my age or anything, but
We'll leave it at 20 plus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
right? Hard to believe.
I forgot. I looked on your profile, and you were a dance teacher, right?
I was. Back in high school, I taught for a few years. One of my students was blind, and I
Wow.
taught her how to tap dance. So
Wow.
that was, yeah, yeah. So I think that was a pretty cool accomplishment in my time. And I never did like competition or anything, but dance was a huge part of my life from when I could remember. And along with my sister, I danced through after high school into early college. And I miss it. One of my things is I would love to learn Irish step dancing. I always have. And I have a good friend who does Irish steps. So I'm hoping when things kind of settle back down, maybe I can do something for myself and I can take a class with her because I would love to do that.
You better, girl.
Yeah.
And what about
Hopefully.
get the baby into it too?
Yeah, even my brother danced too. That's right,
Oh,
Caitlin. Yeah, our brother did hip hop and tap and
John, right?
uh yeah, John Austin. Yeah. And yeah, I actually, you know what? If my son would love to dance, then have at it. If you want to take tap dance or hip hop or, you know, be my guest, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Ballet, even some kids are doing
Yeah,
ballet
that's
these
true.
days.
They say that a lot of football players actually have to take ballet just to
Really?
help with their performance.
Why
Yeah.
not? I don't miss it. I like hip hop. Hip hop's fun.
Yeah, yeah. I loved like tap and I loved like ballet. I liked kind of the traditional dance, but I took a little bit of everything and it was nice to see all the different genres.
So what? So how did you? Because that's a passion. You're going to do that for the rest of your life. What
hmm
inspired you to get into the medical field?
From an early age, I just always knew that I wanted to help people. I just didn't know how. I also thought about teaching at one point, but it was kind of at first I was wanted to go be a pharmacist, and I kind of started pre-pharmacy over at Nassau when I started at Nassau after high school. But honestly, chemistry was not my thing. So I was like, I know I want to be in the medical field, so I went ahead and got my associates in math and science, a pretty broad degree, but I knew that it would lead me to where I needed to be. Then I took some time off and just worked full time, and I've always supported myself, and then really got my thoughts together with what I wanted to do. And actually, my fiance's mom is an X-ray tech, so I
Wow.
saw her in action at work a few times, and I always loved photography, so it kind of just clicked. I have a lot of you know um, I think very highly of nurses, but I think they are greatly underappreciated.
Yeah.
And I also feel like I would get too attached to my patients if I was a nurse because it's, longer term care. You're with the same patient for 12 hours, maybe for weeks at a time, if they're in your unit. And I just couldn't see myself really being able to walk away from a patient or a case where with x-ray kind of like you see them for a few minutes and they're out the door and you don't feel as attached.
It's
It,
not. It's not for everybody. I understand that.
no, yeah, I mean, could I be a nurse? Absolutely. Helping people, that's definitely my passion, but it's that connection that like I feel like in my heart like I would just carry too much with me at all times to it would be just too heavy.
Well,
So,
that's
especially
why I
now.
can't be a vet. I can't be a vet
Yes,
because of
I
that.
would be bringing home all the animals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I couldn't
Actually,
do it.
too much,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
hey, but X-ray, you're still helping the sick, right? The needy.
Exactly. And it's fun. Like, like when I take an x-ray of a person, you never know what you're going to see inside. Like people will forget to mention they have a pacemaker. I do a chest x-ray, you see their pacemaker, or if they had surgery, you can see their rods and screws and pins. So it's very cool to see, or if you're looking for a foreign body, you can, so it's definitely got its coolness about it.
What's the craziest thing you found in somebody?
I don't know if I've ever seen anything. I work in urgent care, so I'm not in like an ER where I'm seeing people stick things places where they shouldn't. But I've seen some very gnarly broken bones. I've seen collarbones split in half, and
Wow.
it was actually, unfortunately, it was like a little kid.
Mm.
He was playing football, and he was just in so much pain, and you just knew it was going to be broken.
Oh,
So I've definitely seen I've seen like a really badly broken arm up near the joint. So I've definitely seen, to the point where people need to go to the hospital because they need, surgical, intervention right away. But, and I have to say, and I'm probably speak for all X-ray techs, when you see a broken bone, you feel bad for the person because they're usually in pain, but you actually get a little bit excited because it's like not just like a normal X-ray, so you get to see something, and it is actually very hard to break a bone. People
really?
think, as soon as yeah, it's, bones are very tough. They're very strong. And it's actually, bones on kids are really cool because their bones aren't fused yet. So it's like they're floating. So if you take a picture of like their hand, like all their bones are just like floating in their hand.
Really?
They're not connected. No, because they have to be able to grow. So x-rays on kids, I think
Wow.
are very, very cool. Yeah.
I never knew that. That's wild.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep. So,
Cool. Like science, right? Whoa.
it is. It's very fascinating. It's very cool.
So that's cool. So your husband's mom kind of guided you down that.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. She would talk about work and just to get. Hi, mom.
Hi, mom. Hi, Ella.
I would, to get into the program, one of the requirements was you have to observe for a few hours. So I went and observed her and saw what she did. She actually did CAT scan. She's retired now, but she did CAT scan. So that's something I think about maybe going into in the future. I really like CAT scan, and we'll see. Yeah.
I hear a
So it's
little bit
fun.
rainbow baby over there.
Oh yeah, he's keeping himself busy.
He's having
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Well.
went you went to LIU for this?
Yeah. So after I graduated from Nassau, I got into the program at the time it was CW Post. They changed the name like as I was there, like between my
Oh,
junior year and my senior year, they went from CW Post to LIU Post. But to me, it will always be CW Post because that's where I originally went. But yeah, so I went. It's a 2-year program. It's a bachelor's degree in radiologic technology. Um, and a bachelor's of science, and it's cool. Like your first year, you dabble a little bit in like clinical part of it, going into the hospitals and the radiology places and stuff, but it's mainly a lot of focus on just learning the basics and the fundamentals of x-ray and how it works and what you do. And we have a lab right there on site at the school, to learn, on like dummy
and
parts and stuff. And then we also did have to take a class where you actually had a cadaver and you actually, you don't dissect it yourself, but you do have a teacher that does dissect it with you.
oof.
Yeah, that was not really fun, but you get through it.
Medical.
Um, and yeah, and it was really nice. And I graduated 8 years ago.
Wow.
So I'm out of school 8 years. Yes.
Cool.
And then it took me a little time to get a job. And they do say take whatever you can get. I took a part-time job. I worked one part-time job in the field and two part-time jobs not in the field just to kind of make ends meet. And then about less than a year after I graduated, I had landed my first full-time job.
Wow. So it took a
So
while with the
yeah,
experience.
a little little while, yeah, but because of the, what's great is you never know where it will lead you. Like I took on that first part-time job and it led me to my job now, and I have, been there, uh, it was just 6 years. So
Congratulations. Wow, that's a long
thanks,
time. For me,
yeah.
it sounds like a long time in a job.
It does, yeah. So it was,
Congrats.
it's good. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like it. I'm one of the originals, and I know most of the staff, and I love my schedule. My hours are great. So it's definitely for now. It's definitely working out very well for me.
Can you open your own practice with something like that?
No, mm-mm. I wouldn't. My
A
mom wants to
Navy
know how
fan.
the her father, my grandfather, was in the Navy.
Oh, wow. Julio.
Yeah. And I think all of his brothers, I think they were all in the Navy at the same time, like five of them or something. It was like
Wow.
they were brothers and like first cousins. There was like five of them, eight of them.
Wow. 8 Navy people. Wow.
Mhm. Yep.
Wow. No wonder we were friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. My grandpa and uncle were in the Navy.
Oh,
And
okay.
both my grandpas actually. But
My other grandfather was a Marine. Oh
wow.
no, they were no all brothers. Oh, they were all brothers.
Wow.
Pretty
That's cool.
crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Where I don't know where we were.
Oh, can you open you can't open your own
No,
practice? We'll
no.
be back
Mm-mm.
to that.
No. I wouldn't be able to. But what's great about the field is I don't have to stay just in X-ray. I can go into MRI, CAT scan, mammography. Um, if I want to venture into like something to do more with like radiation treatment or nuclear med, I would just have to do like some maybe additional courses. So I can definitely do a lot within it. I'm not stuck in the same position forever.
That's great.
Obviously I can do management. I did for actually a year through the LIU Post program. I was a clinical instructor where I actually went into the hospitals and I taught the kids. So like
Wow.
while they were at clinical, I would go and I would meet them and I would help them out with whatever they needed. I would observe them, taking x-rays on patients, and then I would help them with whatever they needed. I actually did that while I was pregnant on top of working full time. But
Bye, Helen. Nice to see you.
oh, bye mom. Okay, see you later.
See you on Words of Friends.
And and then I've earned some credits that if I want to go back to school, I can use the credits towards taking more classes towards a master's degree.
That's
So we'll
great.
see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, right now I have my hands full a little bit, but I'd love
Right.
to eventually. A goal of mine is to get my master's degree and maybe either do like medical management or, maybe if LIU Post has a position open up where I can be a professor there of some kind. I could definitely see myself like teaching. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to leave all options open, but for now, where I am and what I'm doing with what's going on at home with family is just it's working out very well.
Um, you're,
um, I
we
don't
got you,
want to bother you girls, and I don't know how to shut my mouth.
No
You
worries. I'm gonna
don't have to
post this
leave,
later.
Mom.
You can watch this
Don't
later if you want.
you don't have to leave. Just hang out and watch.
So do you have a deep quote or enlightenment experience I like to ask my guests?
Um, I was thinking about that, and um, I mean, I guess it comes back to what we were talking about in the beginning. About how after every storm, there's a rainbow. And like it's just, especially now, like it could be taken in so many different ways. Obviously with me, with the struggles and the infertility. Oh, hi, John Austin.
Hi, Jen Austin.
But also just right now with what the world is going through, right? So like right now, we're all a part of this storm. We're all a part of this. You
Right.
know, dark cloud that's above us, but there will be something at the end. There will be a rainbow. There will be brightness and sunshine, and there will be better days ahead. And we will get there. This is just it's a very big unfortunate issue, but it will get better, and it's just, I've always felt like, when always there, and my mom's always been a big supporter and help with this. You always have to look at the positive things. You always have to look at the bright side because, when you're going through things, it's not forever, so that's what I have to say about that, that things will get better. Things will, you know, will hopefully resume to, a new normal, because I don't think it will ever be the normal that we had. Yeah. But we will get through it.
Well, people need to hear that, and and I love rainbows personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's every color of the spectrum. We need that more than ever.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think this is a time that we need to all come together and be united instead of, be divided. Oh, hi, Tracy. My cousin Tracy's on.
Hi, Tracy. Welcome.
So, awesome. It's definitely a time to come together and, lean on each other and be stronger than,
yeah, your mom says a better normal. And
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I saw actually a few weeks before mid-March, I would say, an Asian woman on the train was wearing a mask. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what's going on? No one else. Mm-hmm. One woman out of hundreds probably was wearing one because of what has happened in their country. And right. Some people still wore them.
It's not uncommon, though, prior to this, to see people of the Asian community wearing masks.
Right.
Because it's very common in their countries to wear a mask if you're immunocompromised or if you are battling something and you don't want to give it to someone out of respect.
Respect.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's, but it is weird to still see people with masks on all the time, and, but we'll get through it.
Right.
It will get better. Right. Slower than I think we all expected, but we will get there.
Yeah, whether
always when we're getting our nail. Yeah, they always wear masks in the nail salon. You're right about that, Ma. And guess what? We'll be wearing masks in the nail salon too in about 2 weeks when they open up.
Yeah, right. I can't wait.
I can't wait. Oh, those poor women, they're going to be overloaded with people.
Yes. Oh, they're going to boom. They're going to have boom in business.
Yeah, my mom's been very happy at home with family. I'm very jealous. They're at home playing card games and board games and spending a lot of time watching shows and movies. Yeah. But, so there is some positivity during all this that it did make people slow down, stop, and actually spend time with their family. I miss you too, Mom.
Mom.
Yeah, but we've seen each other. We have seen each other a few times. So, but of course I'm worried about bringing the virus to them,
Yeah, I mean, with young kids and older people, it's more of a risk.
Yeah, exactly. I'm worried about giving it to my parents, but we're just careful. We don't really hug or kiss or, so.
Were you working when it started?
So I actually had a little bit of paid family leave that I was taking.
Good timing.
A little bit of paid family leave that I was taking. So when it originally blew up, I happened to still be at home on leave, and actually we went on vacation to Florida. So we actually traveled on plane when it first started. So it was very scary in that sense with the baby. And then when I got back to work, we were in full swing of just hectic craziness. Going back, I didn't know what to expect when I got back, but we got through it. We saw a lot of positive COVID patients. We saw, patients that were very, very sick and had to be transported to the hospital immediately by ambulance. Sick kids. So
were you testing on site for it?
Yeah. So we had which we still do. We're still testing. It's a nasal swab. And the result, it goes very, very deep into your nose. Yeah. Oof. Yes. But it takes about 3 to 5 days for the results to come back. They go out to a lab. And then now we're also doing the antibody testing, which that's like the new craze. Everybody wants the antibody test. And those results take about 2 to 4 days to come back, 2 to 3 days. And a lot of now, because we are starting to open back up, there are a lot of employers that are requesting their employees get either antibody or the COVID swab or both. It's just kind of controversial because when they come in and they get swabbed, right? They don't even have a start date for work, let's say, right? Or if their start date is a week or two away, right? You can walk out of our facility, go to the supermarket, get COVID, and that swab is now going to come back negative, but then you have the virus. So
it's so crazy.
It's kind of crazy. So now we've had an increase in swabs as well. So we're pretty steady throughout the day. We're still seeing a good amount of patients.
Did you have the proper equipment when you got back to work?
We did, yeah. Luckily, my job really stepped up, and we had gowns, shoe coverings, hair bonnets, eyewear, N95 masks. We have everything we need. We have plenty of gloves, soap, hand sanitizer, and we're still, we have the proper bleach wipes to wipe everything, and we're still making sure we're well stocked for whatever is going to be ahead of us.
And you're at an urgent care, so anyone could come in there.
Yeah. I mean, we keep the door locked, so we can't have patients just walk in. They have to stay in their car until we're ready for them to come in. So we are controlling the amount of patients that enter the facility at a time. We are only allowing maybe 2 to 3 patients, and at first it was only 1 to 2 patients. Now we're allowing up to 3 patients. I look like I was going to sleep, and I run very warm. So I wear like my scrubs, and then I was wearing like a sweater, and then I was wearing like my gown on top of it, 2 masks. I wear those goggles. I sweat so much, and like my face has been breaking out. I have this like weird like skin rash by my eyes,
people are complaining about the mask because it's getting warm and you can't. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah, it's so hard.
But look what the doctors, you guys are going through.
Yeah, wearing it for hours, running around. Yeah, and then you really have to think about when you have to go to the bathroom. Like, okay, do I really feel like derobing all of this to go to the bathroom to get back? And then on top of it, I'm breastfeeding. I'm pumping at work every 3 hours. I have to pump. So that's been
a great challenge. What's he doing?
Oh, okay.
He dancing in the crib?
No, he's sitting down. Okay. But so that's been a challenge. But I figured it out. I'm working it out, so I'm getting through it.
Has anyone at your job gotten sick from this or no? Hopefully not.
I have a friend that tested positive for antibodies, but she wasn't really down and out sick. And within my job, no one really ever got, within my facility, never really got sick, and I tested negative for antibodies, and I know everyone else pretty much just tested negative. Other urgent cares, I think there have been some people that have been out sick, but nothing that's been too crazy. I heard, though, within the company as a whole, we did lose 2 people to the virus. I don't know the circumstances behind it, though. I don't really know much about it, but
it's a large company, though, isn't it?
It is a very large company, yeah.
Hey, Rodriguez, one of my boot camp friends just joined.
Oh, hello. Yeah,
another Navy person.
Oh, hello. But so I don't know of any specifics on that. But within who I know, no one has been extremely ill. Luckily,
that's great.
Yeah,
because it's all very confusing, and that's why I felt bad for you, because you didn't, even as a medical professional, how do you know what to do specifically?
Right, and that's why the big thing right now is you hear all these people that not that they're against the medical professionals, but you hear them say, oh, well, this is what you signed up for. Well, no, we didn't really. We signed up to help people.
Yeah.
And we might have a crappy day here or there, where it's overwhelming. But when you literally are, you're so overwhelmed that when you're at home, all you think about is work, and you dread going to work, and it's just overwhelming. The whole matter just is, like, I remember in the beginning, I was just like sick to my stomach about it, because you just don't know what to expect. Work is just it's just everywhere, and you're afraid of bringing it home to your family. We never signed up for a pandemic.
Right.
And anyone in the medical field will tell you that, from the nurses to the doctors to the x-ray techs to the MAs to even the janitors that work in the hospital,
Oh,
or the people that work in the food industry, within the hospital. Like, we didn't sign up for a pandemic. We signed up to help people. We signed up to have maybe a bad day here and there, but not a bad day for the past 3 months
right.
plus. And every day you hear something new. Like the CDC, clearly, obviously, this is a new virus. They don't really know exactly what's going on. So, every day or every other day or every week, it's something new. It's this or it's that, or do this or don't do that, or it's
Yeah.
not on surfaces. It is on surfaces. They have no idea, and then we're getting that information, and it changes everything from minute to minute. So it's when there's so many unknowns, it makes it very hard to really stay relaxed and stress free, and then you have to still deal with your families at home, or whoever you have at home. You hear about all these people that are working in the city that they won't even go home. They haven't seen their family in months. They've been
Yes.
staying in hotels
In
or,
cars.
cars. Yeah, like, it's just, you know, so it's, I mean,
Well,
at
that's
home,
the
I
thing.
don't even,
It's
yeah, I
fearful.
don't even, yeah, like, I don't, the only thing that really, during flu season, I would come home, run right in the shower, and not touch the baby. Now I leave my clothes at work, change into separate clothes, come in, change out of those clothes, jump in the shower, and then, I leave my shoes at the door, nothing comes trekking through the house. And then at the end of the week, I bring home all my clothes in a garbage bag. They go right in the washing machine. And I usually either wash them on super hot, or I wash them twice sometimes, like, I just,
And you had to figure this all out in a matter of
yeah.
days.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. And
extra
at
work on
first,
top of it, right?
right. And at first, it was, oh, kids aren't really affected. And now it's like you hear about this new syndrome that kids are getting, and it's so scary. So, no one's safe, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no. We're all
Yeah,
human. And
exactly.
they say animals can get it, but I think, I don't think that's a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, because we haven't heard much about it.
Yeah, no, I think that was one of the many confusing details of this whole
Hmm.
extravaganza of sorts.
Yeah.
But you look good, and you're doing what you need
Thanks.
to do to stay safe. And I know it's been so long. I saw you recently, what, a year ago or so?
I know. I think, was I pregnant when I saw you?
Not yet, not yet. Right
No.
before,
Okay, so then
maybe
it was
a few
over a
months
year
before
ago.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we ran into each other in what,
Well,
Walmart parking lot, right?
yes, we did.
Yes, yes,
We did. And
yes.
were you with your cousin? Something like that. Someone was with you. I forgot.
I don't remember.
I
Yeah, it
don't
was
remember.
probably with someone. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember seeing you, but I don't remember the extra details about it.
Yeah, we were trying to get together, but then it was like, and then you were pregnant, which is awesome.
Yeah. See,
And
this
then,
is what happens. Everyone's so busy. Everyone's always like, "Oh, let's get together, or let's do this, or let's do that," and no one ever actually follows through with it.
we're almost blessed for social media in this one,
Yes. I
aspect.
was thinking that. Yes. I mean, I FaceTime with my parents and my brother and my sister every day. They could see the baby,
Oh.
and FaceTime with Jed's mom, so she gets to see the baby. So, it's good in that sense that, we can still feel, as alone as everyone feels right now, you still are very well connected to everybody.
Yeah, it's strange, like what a time.
Yeah,
Like cameras
definitely.
are good and bad.
Mhm. Mhm.
So how's Jed doing? What's he up to?
He is a stay-at-home dad, so he watches Jackson when I'm at work,
Great.
and he is currently
Flip of the
8.
sexes, right?
Huh?
A flip of the roles.
Yes. Yes. And I'm fine with it. It is tough to
The
leave him to
21st
work,
century, right?
but knowing that he's home with him, it's definitely good. I mean, we wouldn't be able to afford childcare. It's
Who
so
can? That's
expensive.
another separate issue.
Yeah, yeah, and he's 8 years
Very good.
cancer, 8 years cancer free, almost 9 years cancer
Wow,
free. So
congratulations.
yes,
What
so
kind, may I ask?
it was his salivary gland, which is very,
Interesting.
very rare. And he'll end up, thank God, after it's a very long, drawn out story, but after everything was said and done, he'll end up in the right hands at the right time and was taken care of the right way. So we're very grateful for Sloan Kettering,
Yeah.
because we had an amazing surgeon take care of him, and it all
Where
worked
is
out.
Sloan Kettering?
In Manhattan, so
Okay.
it's it's right off the 59th Street Bridge. And yeah, so it was, driving in and out of there was a lot. And it was while I was in x ray school on top of it all. But everything worked out. He's alive. He's, healthy. And he gets to now spend every day with his baby. So that's,
Yeah. Blessing.
he's got, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we're definitely very grateful.
I mean, what timing. And that's good because for Jackson, you don't have to homeschool him for a while.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's home with him, and then eventually he'll go into, like nursery school, preschool, just part time, and then I guess we'll see where we are at that point when it comes to schooling. I guess we'll see
Where
what this
society
world
is
is like. Yep.
crazy.
What is
Oh.
he doing? He's crazy, this
What
kid.
is he doing? Let's see what he's doing. Oh.
Oh,
Is he watching
I put
TV?
I put the TV on, and he's playing. He's playing with some toys I put in the crib. So
Oh.
yeah.
And that's kind of strange, actually. That kind of could be like an X-ray screen you got there.
Yeah, very, very similar. Yeah, the black,
Well,
white, and
black and
gray.
white.
Yeah. Mhm. This
So,
is
what? Any
interesting.
educational facts about an X-ray? I know you said a lot, but anything else you want to add to the X-ray?
I mean, it's there's when you go to school for it, it's a lot harder than anyone would ever think. There's a lot of physics involved. There's a lot of radiation physics involved, which is I don't know how I got through it, but I did. There's a lot of math, which was my worst subject in high school.
No, thank you.
Yeah. But it's fun. I feel like, everyone always thinks about doctors and nurses, but they don't think about the rest of, the medical staff. So I feel like, the X-ray family, we always feel like we're kind of like the redheaded stepchild, we're, not really, we're not thought about, but,
Oh.
it's definitely a fun, you know, field to be in. Like I said, there's so many interesting things to learn and see, and you know, and without us, we wouldn't be able, doctors and nurses wouldn't be able to diagnose the way that they do because without imaging, you don't have that power. So
You would be considered the middleman then, and that's a great gig to
yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's fun. It's definitely. I'm happy that I went into the medical field. I'm happy that I went into X-ray. It's been fun so far.
Is that a union? Can you get in a union doing that?
It depends on like where you work. Like with me right now, no, there's no union, but certain hospitals have unions. I think like the county hospital, like the medical center has a union, and some, depends on the place you work at.
Well, I'm in a union. That's why I asked. But
Oh, okay,
the
yeah.
actors union, and they are really helping us out right now.
Oh, I'm sure. Right now, definitely. I know
Well,
my
like,
heart breaks for
yeah,
Broadway,
for actors,
for actors, actresses, yeah,
artists, right,
artists.
freelancers.
Even small businesses. I've been trying to support as many small businesses as
Good
I
for you.
can right now. It's I really hope to see everyone come back and survive the best they can.
We got to ride the reading rainbow, Korrine.
Yeah, seriously, it's just fingers crossed. Now we're in phase one, so hopefully phase two will be coming up shortly and get this ball rolling and get us open up again.
Yeah, a metamorphosis.
Yeah, definitely.
So if people want to follow Rainbow Baby Adventures, they could follow you on Instagram?
If they'd like, I mean, I am a private account.
Oh, you are? I didn't know
I
that.
am, yeah,
Well, you
I'm
can
a little bit,
request.
yeah, they can request me. And if I decide that
You
I'd
know
like to
that
accept
you
them, I
want
will.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But
okay, cool.
yeah, but luckily you're one of the people that gets to follow my adventures.
Thank you.
And I get to follow yours. And thank you for all that you've been doing too.
Whatever that is, right? Just
Yeah, whatever. Well, even something like this, to be asked to be on your show is very, very nice. Thank you. I thank you
oh,
for thinking of me.
yeah, well, I was thinking of you, and then all of a sudden, your mom and I started playing Words with Friends, so it all kind of came together in this spiritual way. It's like
Thanks,
it was
Mom.
like, okay, you know what? I should ask her because I know you're close and you're going through some stuff, and
Yeah, I didn't know
I
you
do
guys
like
played
to hear.
Words with Friends.
You didn't know that? You should get on. It's a lot of fun.
I used to. I used
What?
to.
But yeah, no, I like to get people's perspectives, and I like to reconnect with people too. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely, I was, especially with what's going on, it was nice to put some makeup on and look forward to, like, what was going on today, not just sitting in my pajamas on my day off, so it was a good day.
Yeah, you educated people, and this will be up on YouTube and SoundCloud. So if people want to hear, what happened when this all started, and how you're and X-rays, like how cool you really are
Mm-hmm.
important. You really are important, and that's true. You are
Yeah.
the red.
Yeah. Do you hear him?
Yeah, what's he saying?
Oh, let me go get him. Hold on.
Okay, Jackson. Good to see you too. Thank you guys for joining in. She's gonna get the little baby Jackson
Oh.
Rainbow baby for an
Oh.
appearance.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh
Say
baby!
hi.
Hi
He just learned peekaboo,
Jackson!
actually.
I saw you
Yay!
dancing. Keep dancing,
Hey,
Jackson.
hey, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? This is
Oh,
why you
thank
can't be
you.
out here the whole
Thank you,
time.
Karen. Hi. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Jackson. Hi, Rainbow baby.
Hi.
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 Look, there's a rainbow behind me. Let me see if
Oh,
look at
oh, yay.
that. He's cute. Hi.
Thank
Look at how much
you.
energy. He wants to go
Oh,
play.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna do with him the rest of the day? Hi, baby.
Probably not much. Just get some dinner
Oh,
prepared for him and just
no.
hang out, play. The weather's not that nice to really go for a walk.
Hi.
Hey,
No, it's
excuse me.
warm, but it's raining. Yeah.
Aw, no crying. Why are you
Oh,
crying? There's no cry. Oh.
oh. All right. So let's hang out when this all clears up.
Yes.
Huh? Don't cry. Don't cry.
Right? Yay. Here, you want to
Aw.
get down? Want to get
He,
down?
he wanted it. He was having fun dancing in the crib like that.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
Aw.
yeah. And now he wants the monitor, but I won't give it to him. Right,
Aw.
baby? Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. Stay safe at your job.
Absolutely. Yes, you too. You stay safe. All the viewers, please stay safe. And we will get through this.
Yes. So I'll see you as soon as we can.
Yes, absolutely. We will definitely be in touch. And
Thank
you
you,
can
Kurt.
come see Mom too. Oh,
Much
don't
love to
cry.
you.
It's okay, baby.
Bye, bye, Rainbow Baby Jackson.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Love you guys.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Korrine. Nice
And
to
I'll
see you.
see you soon.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Bye.
Bye. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for watching. Um, Korrine is awesome. I'm glad we got to reconnect. And I hope you learned something. about what's going on. Oh yeah, we are live every Thursday, depending on who the guest is, what time. Usually it's 4 p.m. Eastern time. These are heavy times, especially what the media's putting out there. So stick together. We are stronger together. Stay safe, and many blessings to you. Thank you for watching. Nice to see you guys.